Hello everybody, my name is Exony, and I'm sure you've already heard all about this topic, but I wanted to weigh my 2 cents in as well. That's right, I'm talking about the insane changes to the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol, which is pretty much a straight upgrade to the stock pistol now. Haha, I got you, that's not really what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm talking about the Jungle Inferno, or the Pyro update, whichever one you want to call it. And this update did introduce a lot of really cool stuff into Team Fortress 2, a lot of amazing balance changes. It really revamped the contract system and introduced the contractor, which I think is an incredible idea. But there were also some iffy things about it, contracts not working at the start, and I just wanted to talk about a few of these things to you real quick. To talk about the balancing first, I have barely played the Pyro. Not because they've nerfed the class into the ground, but because the other classes have also received buffs, nerfs, and reworks to various weapons that are more interesting to me personally. Don't get me wrong, the Dragon's Fury is incredibly rewarding, and the Gas Passer is probably the most interesting secondary for the Pyro, giving him a new source of crowd control and the ability to lock down a choke point. But classes like the Scout got an insanely good Pretty Boy's pocket pistol rework, and let's real talk, it's a straight upgrade now. Giving up 3 bullets for health regen and a fastering fire speed? Sign me up! Alongside that, the new reworked Panic Attack is a blast. Now it's not just useful for Engineer, so classes like Soldier and Pyro can use it to quickly dish out final blows. The new Mantreads, while they're still not a viable weapon, are incredibly fun to rocket jump with. The 200% increased air control just feels so good, and so on and so forth with all the buffs and nerfs, especially to the Criticola, which finally got what's coming to it. Now it no longer grants the Scout a speed boost, and the Scout can be one-shot by explosive classes, which is great. Goodbye Criticola. And while I love all the balancing changes to Pyro and the other classes, the real thing I can't wait for is in a week or two when all the hype has died down and we can see how these items play out in a completely normal game of Team Fortress 2. Not the 6 Pyros per team version of Team Fortress 2 which we've gotten used to over this last week. Changes to the matchmaking UI have also made it into the game as well, which I welcome with open arms. I love hopping into a jump server while waiting for a casual match to start, but the more interesting thing added was the revamp to the contract systems. No longer are we bound by 2 contracts a week, now we can do them as soon as we want with the Contractor, which in itself isn't a huge innovation on the contract system, but the free Pyro missions that allow you to gain the new weapons by completing their contracts is amazing to me. It reminds me of the original achievement items, having to earn your items by learning and playing a class. And it really makes me hope that Valve will add more of these in the future or retroactively add ones for older weapons. More contracts that new players can do to actively learn a class and playstyles while earning items in the game at the same time. Now this could never happen and the contractor could be useless after this update period ends, but I can dream. And I think it could be an amazing system that helps new players ease into the game if Valve implemented it correctly, which we can already see with these Pyro contracts, which may not be the most fleshed out things in the world, but it's a start. The things that really got me in this update were the lack of changes to competitive matchmaking, which Valve has stated they did not release due to it not being up to standard, and while I do appreciate that they are trying to avoid another meet your match situation, I'm still holding out hope for the matchmaking to be good and for it to be played. And they did release a lot of content in this update that's breathed new life into the game for me. The contracts, new maps, and the Halloween update that came out today, or yesterday whenever this video goes up for you, and overall this update is pretty rad. If you were to make me give this update a score out of 10, I would definitely say that it's a solid 7, and one of the best updates TF2's gotten in a long time. The contracts, new maps, and weapon balances breathed new life into the game, but the update was hindered by an over a year and a half's wait time, lack of competitive changes, and the usual day 1 game coordinator crashes. I've enjoyed it a ton, I hope that you've also enjoyed the update. I'm going to get back to grinding up my contracts, so I hope you have a great day, and peace out.